We made it. All right, all right. Good evening, good night, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be. Hi. Welcome to another, possibly the final match of the 5-digit United States Major League for the quarterfinals. Joining us tonight for Texas A versus Georgia A. Rematch of last year's grand final for top 16. Crazy, I know. Joining me tonight are Shy Cryo and our awesome Featherblade. Feel free to introduce yourselves.
Hi, it's me. It's the goober from Texas. Hi.
Did it. And
Cool. We're gonna be going into roles right now and bans and stuff like that. Texas immediately gonna be banning Easy One. Okay, no surprise there. Got Tarragon and AC on Georgia A, so definitely, no surprises there. Also, Yan, very good reading player as well. So probably just get that one out of the way. Oh. Featherblade, I believe you have the band switched up right now?
yeah, they are switched up right now. Texas A's last ban gonna come into that hidden one as the last ban. I think Easy One, hidden one as ban. They're flipped. They're still flipped. Georgia banned.
No. Oh yeah, they're still flipped.
Georgia banned No Mod 1, No Mod 4.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Yay. Okay. Georgia gonna be banning No Mod 1, No Mod 4. Very interesting, actually. Do you know anything about the Hydro? Can you give any feedback
Well,
on
I
that
think it
particular
definitely makes a
reasoning?
lot of sense, right? Both of these teams have very solid cores, and at this stage, banning something like No Mod 1, it's kind of the safe option, right? Ban the easy aim map, even if when you have players like Tarragon who can always show up. I think having to go against the consistency of a Texas core like Karasmic Matson or Karasmic Exo really just makes it an easy ban. And then No Mod 4, we can definitely say the same. The consistency on Chevy and Karasmic, especially in these techie picks, is something that definitely can be understated. And while there is a lot of potential, especially with players like Tarragon, new and upcoming Georgians like Yan, I think it's really, we're really just playing to what do we have the least players comfortable on. And for Texas, that obviously leans into reading and this awkward hidden. But Georgia, going to start off with the Hard Rock 1.
Oh boy, okay. Interesting. Alright. Odd. Okay. I mean, I guess if you think about it, like, Watson's not very great on the Hard Rock. It's like, he's a mechanics player though, but Hard Rock's gonna be one of his a little weaker slots for sure. And then who'd be third? EXO, I guess? Same with EXO, I suppose. But Kara's gonna be very comfortable on this, so...
Karasmic, I think you can for sure expect to see him on that been that Hard Rock player for so long. For the side of Georgia, it's Aragon and Shogeki. or I think it's going to be Shogeki. We might be seeing a switch out from someone from Mr. Throne or Yan Yan here, which definitely makes sense. Both of these guys going to be taking those Hard Rock roles, and it is going to be Mr. Throne going out for Yan Yan.
Oh.
Just based on qualifiers, it makes a lot of sense here. Karasmik and Matsun fielding those first two slots, and then EXO, sort of this rock for the Texas team, going to be holding the line as that third player. Meanwhile, Georgia is going to be running that 3 that they ran in qualifiers: Yan Yan, Shogeki, and Tarragon.
Shogeki Tarragon duo is definitely very frightening, so let's see how this goes.
Definitely going to be, yeah, it's definitely a very scary duo to have to play against. And on a Hard Rock one like this, where you're getting more of that higher BPM, more dip spiky stuff, I really do think that it's going to come down to those core duos, Shogeki Tarragon, and Karasmik EXO, to really hold for these teams. And on this first pick especially, picking consistency is always going to be a bit of a coin flip there.
Absolutely, yes. This is definitely not one of those maps where it's like FC or die. Oh, EXO gonna be fighting the first break for Texas. It's gonna be 3 combos to 2 at the moment. Beginning of the map though, so nothing too deciding yet. But yeah, whoever holds the higher combo, it's gonna be down to the one person who holds the highest combo pretty much.
Yeah, but if you look at the accuracies across the board, it's EXO-8 struggling compared to everyone else in the lobby, and that's really making the difference so far. Yan Yan a little bit further down from Shogeki and Tarragon, but still holding onto that is going to mean a lot. There's a second break, and it's going to come from Karasmik. So it's just Matsun, the final player to hold for Texas, and with everyone on Georgia, they come to the break, they have to have seen those combos go down. Even with the recovery coming in from EXO, this slower part's just going to let them consolidate that lead really well here.
Yes, indeed.
As we come to the halfway point, we're yet to see the diffs. We are yet to see the real spike of this map, and it is still possible to pull it back. But with all 3 FCs intact for Georgia right now, this core lead is just continuing to run away here into the second PI.
Georgia needs to collapse very soon for Texas to have a reasonable chance of making a comeback. Although EXO and Kara are building up recovery combos, Yan Yan is going to be going down for Georgia. It's 2 FCs to 1, although the score lead is definitely pretty sizable right now, so Georgia does have that cushion.
Yeah, the cushion is going to be massive with EXO, the second big combo for Texas breaking.
Is EXO going to be breaking? Oh my goodness!
The disaster has to come right about now. Shogeki and Tarragon, neither of them breaking. This duo from Georgia going the distance here. And Matsun able to fight them off for as long as he has so far, but it's just not going to be enough.
There goes Tarragon. Tarragon goes down. I don't think it's going to be enough, though.
It's not going to be enough unless we see Shogeki fall apart right now.
He needed to break,
but
like
with
yesterday.
the break, I think he knows.
Yeah.
The first... They aren't going to be able to take down the consistency, though. There goes Shogeki and everyone on Georgia. I don't think the time is there.
It's not gonna be enough.
But it's gonna keep going down very fast.
Oh.
No, it's
Shogeki
not gonna...
breaking again. It's not gonna be a minute. Matsun breaks it. I don't. That's gonna be it.
No, that was definitely dicey there at the end, but it wasn't gonna be enough. Shogeki would have had to break just a little bit earlier, and maybe it could have been within sight, but Matsun gonna come out with the top score of the lobby, but the consistency on Georgia pulling them through here. 3 full combos past the halfway mark. And it's gonna work. And the consistency pick is gonna work out for them. That was a massive swing at the end there for a 300k score gap. And Texas now has to respond. This team has been historically very strong on the Hard Rock, so to be sort of bested at their game here on the as a first pick is definitely going to stunt that momentum a little bit.
For sure. As far
But if
as
those-
Oh, go ahead.
Nope. I mean, as far as those No Mod 1, No Mod 4 bans go, if it hints towards anything, this could be the time for Texas to look into something like a No Mod, like a No Mod 3, or no, they're gonna go right into tapping instead. DT2 gonna be the first right out the gate for them.
I mean, when you have a core like Moxon and EXO, players who are so consistent and strong on tapping, why wouldn't you take advantage of that? Although, I will say, it's a little risky to pick this first because Georgia is also very capable of tapping at the same time, so it's definitely a very scary pick. Both teams have kind of went back and forth on who's been the better tapper. Sometimes Georgia has the better DT2 score, sometimes Texas has had the better DT2 score, or just general tapping score. So this is definitely just either team's point. It just depends on who gets lucky and who gets unlucky.
Yeah, and I think that there are going to be a lot of toss-ups in these early picks, especially when you get to look at the mechanics maps. Now, if there are players that you want to be on the lookout for Georgia, you're going to be looking at Yan. Was that speed spawn for Georgia last year, and he's going to be one of the deciding players that makes this, for Texas. It's going to be EXO-8. But to round out the rest of that roster for Georgia, probably going to be seeing Tarragon, probably going to be seeing General H, who I believe played the DT2 for Georgia for a few rounds, brought on for that tapping mechanics. On the side of Texas, EXO-8, of course, going to be there. Most likely going to be seeing Madsen and Sirius Miji Inobashiri down in the bottom middle there.
Indeed, our very lovely speed spawn Sirius coming in. Good go. And the players are going to be sent off here. Let's see how this goes. This map is definitely not particularly hard on the aim. Obviously, it's tapping map DT2, but oh man, are these streams a little long, little long. So definitely gotta make sure you're paying attention, keep that focus up on this map, as it will not show any mercy to anybody. Starting off here, Watson with the 91 accuracy. Oh boy. That's not gonna do them any favors, but he's gonna recover pretty quickly. Aside from that, nobody here showing any breaks. Everybody looking very comfortable so far.
Yeah, it's just that accuracy lead. Tarragon falling a little bit, as well as Matsun and Sirius. But EXO's gonna be the first to drop. Finds the slider break. That's gonna be big for Georgia here. General H now starting to struggle. Tarragon as well. And now it's just the two FCs a piece on the bottom of your screen here. But look at Georgia. General H and Yan holding with significantly higher accuracies than Sirius. That's going to make the score difference so far. EXO-8 is going to be doing a lot with that 4% over Tarragon. That's going to be contingent on all of these FCs holding, and there goes Sirius at the midpoint. That's going to be a lot here. Sirius now score capped at about 700,000 given a perfect run. And those double FCs on General H and Yan are going to go the distance into this ending, but they will have to hold through the most stamina-intensive part of this map. Monson, yet again, the lone FC. There goes General H. Opportunity open for Texas with a chain miss from Tarragon. Yan though holding at 98. There goes Monson, the final combo down.
It's gonna come down. Combos.
It's 2 combos to 1. EXO-8 trying his best, but it might just be too late. Yan holds the FC, and it's gonna be enough.
Goodness.
Georgia consolidating the DT2 breakpoint on the margins of an incredible clutch FC from Yan here.
Oh my goodness. And definitely good scores coming in from the side of Texas, but unfortunately it's just not going to be enough.
Very, very unlucky breaks coming from Matsun and Sirius down there at the bottom. You could see the comfort was there. It was just the ending, the nerves hit for Matsun, and it just barely slips out of their hands. Especially and it was there to Tarragon. Tarragon and General H starting to struggle at the end. Meanwhile, the actors ended up going up for Texas. But what a standout score from Yan there, and it's gonna mean a lot here. The momentum is now squarely on Georgia's side, which they have to feel a lot more confident about about picking into some mechanics now. They got the Hard Rock 1, they've got the DT2. And it's gonna take a big regroup here from Texas to take that momentum and swing it their way. Georgia probably gonna be looking at something like DT1, DT3 even. Actually, no, DT3 this week is not what I think it is.
I actually think Georgia still needs to be careful. Regardless of them winning 2 mechanics picks so far, they were still close. And they will be picking the Hard Rock too. It seems that they see an opening more in Hard Rock than anything. But yeah, DT1 or DT3 pick is definitely still dangerous because, again, we still have that core of Matsun and EXO. And DT1 aim is just picking right into what they play 24/7. DT3 maybe not so much. A little bit more unconventional, a little bit more control-y, but still, I have to imagine that Texas is still very confident on the DT maps. So their strategy is most likely going to pivot towards aim, pure aim maps, if they want to go mechanics. And if you want to do aim, you probably don't want to do DT1.
No, that is true. Now, this Hard Rock 1, I think, is gonna be... This Hard Rock 1 is definitely it's a very interesting pick, but it is one that, I mean, worked out for Georgia last time when they played it against Maryland here. I'm not 100% sure if we've seen Texas on this Hard Rock 2, so not 100% sure what that'll look like on the Ultra Precision, because CS8 after Hard Rock is something that, frankly, we just haven't seen in this tournament very often. It does look like Texas will be fielding their roster. Georgia gonna be running with the same roster they did against Maryland, Mr. Throne, Shogeki, and Tarragon. That Shogeki Tarragon duo gonna be fielding their 3, and Magi Rhythm gonna be the final player for Texas here. Really coming in for those ultra precision, for those more gimmickier, more hidden focused maps. I think there is a lot of potential here. Tarragon did have a standout score in her first run, getting a FC on this, but you know, I can't help but feel like it'll go either way. And as we get into the map, Shogeki struggling a little bit there with the accuracy and even with the combo.
Small break, that's okay. It's decently long map, 2 minutes 50 seconds, but so Shogeki still has time to recover, but definitely gonna be a little bit concerning there. Right now, Texas looking a lot more comfortable than Georgia right now.
Yeah, definitely looking a lot more comfortable there. Mr. Throne still holding that second FC for Texas.
And all of a sudden, Matsun's gonna be breaking! Ow!
Yeah, and there's a
Kara!
slider break.
Oh no!
Yeah,
So
but
they
there
can
goes
get me
Shogeki now.
without the big combo.
Not the big
Two FPs for
combo
one.
that they want to break, but still gonna help them out nonetheless. This map is not very combo dense, so every break does matter here. Texas holding on to that accuracy lead. Mr. Throne is struggling on the accuracy, but there goes Magi. And Tarragon is continuing to hold. Tarragon
and Mr. Throne just starting to bring it back for Georgia.
brought it back. That 70k is a lot, but it can still disappear very fast here. Texas is doing a very good job of maintaining their accuracy, which will come to help them a lot if they can capitalize on a break from Mr. Throne or Tarragon. Looks like Tarragon just keeping that consistency, and Mr. Throne gonna be able to improve on his score from the first run around. As the score lead just continues to ramp up the dial, only turning further and further to the left, but there is a bone to be thrown here. Mr. Throne, the first one down. Shogeki the second one, but that comes with a double trade from Texas. And that's gonna be it for this Hard Rock 2. All eyes now on the screen to your top left. Tarragon looking to make it work for for the third map in a row. 2 FCs on this is gonna be absurd. The consistency on CS8 cannot be understated. This is a crazy score nonetheless, and do it twice. She is gonna pull it off.
Tarragon turn of consistency. That is so crazy. Oh my goodness.
This is a complete turnaround for Tarragon that we've seen years prior. Tarragon much more well known for the gimmick, the hidden, and the reading, but just the consistency that she's been building up throughout these years, the versatility, it's all coming to play now, and it's come up to be a marvelous hit. Hard Rock 2 play. Texas doing their best. The consistency was for sure there, but unfortunately the hyper carry score at the end pulls it through, and that puts Texas in a very dangerous position here. Now that they are at risk of losing 2 breakpoints in a row, down row, if they cannot get this if they cannot get this momentum shifted their way.
I think now at this moment, Texas is definitely had a very rough quarter, not just in terms of the momentum, but also just pick strategy. You've lost on aim so far, you've lost on tapping. Tapping is still a little risky, but and you can't really pick a gimmick very much because Tarragon and potentially AC, if they're in this match, definitely is just a very good gimmick core for Georgia. So Texas is a little surrounded right now.
Yeah, this Georgia core really this Georgia core really just combats Texas in a way that I don't think many other states do. And it's gonna be Karasmik coming in with that No Mod 3, so I think we are gonna be seeing another pivot here. I mentioned it earlier. The No Mod 1, No Mod 4 band really, you know, that makes you wonder. Well, how will their ult look like? And you know, I thought it was gonna be their first pick, but you know, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out with their second pick. I think, considering how this has been going so far, you can definitely expect to see Chevy, or I would likely expect to see Chevy in here. Maybe switch it up a little bit, switch up the rosters, give their players a break. Mottsen's been in the lobby now 3 maps in a row.
Sorry about that. Yeah. I feel like for all these players have a lot of overlap, so definitely anybody could be in for this, depending on who's comfortable. Maybe not necessarily serious, but for sure everybody else is probably around equally as comfortable equally comfortable around this SR whenever it comes to ult. So interested to see who goes in.
I think, yeah, you can expect to see Karasvik and Magirhythm in, these two very consistent on the alt maps. Though with how well Watson's been playing, definitely can't. And with how diff spiky this map is, in my opinion, I think there's definitely a route for Watson to play with the consistency that he's been showing off. As for Georgia, it's going to be Tarragon, the perma lobby, holding the line as always. I think we're likely going to be seeing... No, I thought it was going to be Mr. Throne, but it's going to be... Or I thought Throne for Nomad 3, but no, he's going to be switching out for Shogeki most likely. That means that we'll have time. Yep, there's Chevy. The Uma Musume lineup.
Chevy. Uma buff.
The Uma Musume lineup for Texas here. Now we will... Ghost, we say. Oh, Karasvik's gonna start off with an early break. Might just be nerves coming in. This map has a lot of flow aim to it. Definitely hard to get acclimated to that, especially when you come in from playing super ultra precision.
For sure. Also, this map's very long, so you definitely have a lot of room to breathe. And even then, it's just a 30 combo difference. Nothing too crazy. Yeah.
And the score lead right now, just at this beginning portion. There goes Chevy. He finds a slider break. So that is just, well, basically 2 FCs now against 1 coming into this PI. And if Georgia manages to hold again, nope, they're gonna come down to 2 with Yanyan finding a slider break. But we'll see here. There's an FC down from Magi. It's Tarragon and Shogeki, that duo tearing it up again into this first PI. It's Karasvik with the recovery, the essentially NFC to try and keep it in their court. But as long as the support from Georgia is there on Shogeki, Chevy falling is not gonna help. Shogeki's combo can go essentially uncontested here. And in this slower section, that's gonna mean so much. And there it goes! That play point!
And that's gonna give Georgia an absolutely insane score lead. It's gonna keep growing from 170k and onward. Oh my goodness. Shogeki and Tarragon looking so comfortable on this map. And Yanyan coming right behind them with that supporting score. Oh, supporting combo, excuse me.
Yeah, and here we go now into this this little breakdown. I think we're about to get into one of the harder parts of the map. Yanyan's the first to blink here, but it's gonna again take the rest of Georgia falling for this to go anywhere. But no, it's Magi to fall. Yanyan the only one to break.
Tarragon and Shogeki hitting the hardest part of the map, and now they're just gonna keep it going. Now we just see if AFC. It's guaranteed that they pretty much win at this point. But will they be able to close out 2 FCs on this map?
Very possibly so. Devi trying his best, but the support is too little too late by now. All eyes on the screen on Shogeki and Tarragon tearing it up in this last PI. And that is going to be a second breakpoint consolidated for Georgia. And it's going to come at a crucial time in the match for them. Now up 4-0. Shogeki's not going to be able to close it out.
Breaking, but that's... Oh.
But that's going to leave Tarragon top left corner to pull it through slot number 1, and she is going to pull score lead over.
Right now.
It's 2 million team score. We might be seeing a 2.1 on the back of a Tarragon FC, and in the final,
And we're gonna be seeing it. Oh my goodness.
doing
Chevy,
the work.
Chevy and Kara building up a nice score too at the end, though, a nice combo, but that's not gonna be enough. That's not gonna be enough. What do you do against 700k and 900k on this map? By the way, a 800,000 point difference from what they had last match, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, and the turnaround here is just absolutely incredible. It is a crazy one, to say the least. I don't think that anyone could have expected this, but it turned. I guess the switch out actually not working in their favor. Mr. Throne going over Yan, but just that duo in Shogeki and Tarragon just going above and beyond here. I think Tarragon is definitely been practicing for this. Is definitely showing that here.
And Tarragon are gonna be going straight into Hidden 2.
There it is, that Hidden 2 that they were hesitant to ban, or that Texas was hesitant to ban. Georgia definitely could have saved this as a first pick, but no. Gonna pick it very strategically here when they have the shot for match, or to take it to a 5-0 match point. And then you definitely have to be scared if you are that Texas roster. I think we'll be putting in the exact same roster as you did for that Nomad 3, that Chevy, or that Uma trio in the Chevy, Karasmic, and Magi Rhythm. Meanwhile, now you get to see
AC
Georgia's
coming in. AC Tarragon, the absolutely terrifying reading duo right now. This is what Texas was afraid of, and here it comes in full swing. Although this is interesting because I would say this is probably one of the easier maps of the pool, so this is kind of surprising. But you know, I definitely don't have doubts at this point that I'm gonna see a double FC on this map. And Yan coming in, definitely gonna be putting up a nice supporting score as well. So we're about to see something terrifying from Georgia potentially, but also Texas also has their own gimmick roster. Just as equally as confident. Chevy being the best reading player in 5-digit Texas, as well as Magi Rhythm also being very solid on reading, as well as Kara being solid on reading. So, once again, it could be either team's point for sure. But this duo right here is of Tarragon and AC. Oh boy. And let's just see how this map turns out. Excuse me. With Magi them finding an early break, but that's not gonna matter too much. Hopefully.
Yeah. And you can already see sort of gist of this map here, the pure overlap reading and the finger control. And Magi
Rhythm gonna be finding another break. Texas cannot afford to be breaking so much at this point. It's a very short map.
They definitely cannot be affording to break here. And there comes another one. That's...
And that score lead is gonna just absolutely balloon. 300k and counting. Georgia triple FC. Continuing, Kara, we're gonna be breaking once again.
And there's the team consistency on Georgia that's been so prevalent throughout. Everyone holding at or near 99 plus. This is a crazy team score already.
We're coming into this later part, and oh my goodness, this score.
This
This
is
team score is crazy. Oh my god. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
there
gonna be
goes-
finding a break, and it was over a month ago. As Tarragon and AC are gonna be fighting double FCs potentially. Yep, double FCs, double 99% FCs. Oh
Double
my goodness. Oh my
Talk
goodness, this team.
what a disgusting team score coming from Georgia. 2.9 million, just only marred by that slider break from Yan Yan. That is possibly the team score, just not even just of the map for this week, just the general team score of the weekend here. An absurd showing from Georgia A here to bring it to match point. And they have been out. They are been out for blood here. Texas is Texas will has the mountain of a lifetime to climb here to get back.
And it's gotta be super rough on the mental as well. It's absolutely devastating coming from being the winning team of last year to now almost getting swept in for finals. It's terrifying. This is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And what do you do? I mean, you have just Tarragon just killing everything right now. Tarragon Shogeki duo is crazy, Tarragon AC duo is crazy, and regardless, I think neither of those players are just going to be in for whatever map they pick, so it's scary. It's a scary position for Texas right now.
It is a very scary position to be. It is a very scary position to be in right now, but I think Texas, if there's anything that this team knows how to deal with, it is setback. I think this team in particular is so tight-knit that they are going, they're gonna have to take a second to regroup, but it's gonna be a hard decision for sure here. You've already, tapping, right? DT3, I think, is that sort of Hail Mary pick that I would expect to see from this roster, especially when their closest point so far has been that D2 by the margins that it has been by. And so hopefully that double time roster, we've seen it. We saw what they could do here, or what that trio of EXO, Matson, and Sirius could do on that DT2. Hopefully they can do that and one more here to finally get themselves on the board. Texas out Porters, it would be, I think, a definite shock to everyone. I mean, these teams meeting so early is sort of a testament to how crazy the competition in the United States scene has gotten, and especially indicative of where they're meeting. I think definitely a bit of a rebuild year for both of these teams after coming off these stellar performances. But it's always these these mid-round matchups that have some of the higher stakes, especially when both of these teams have a lot to prove here. Looks like might be Karasmik coming in, maybe the comfort not there for Sirius. Yeah, I think it's gonna be it. We're gonna be seeing this mechanics, or we're gonna be seeing this trio of Tarragon, Shogeki, and Yan Yan, the returners from last year, with Matson, EXO, and Karasmik to round out the right side for Texas.
Yeah, Karasmik coming in for Sirius does make a little bit of sense. This is definitely a very controlly map, so maybe Sirius just doesn't feel very great reading on it, and that's perfectly fine. Kara gonna be coming in to fill out that third slot. But once again, this Tarragon and Shogeki duo, along with Yan Yan for the support, is gonna be rough. It's like trying to take a hammer to the wall of China. It's not going to move. But Texas is gonna be trying their best to get 1 point on the board with DT3. And Here we go.
And with both these, have to imagine the nerves here. When you're looking at what you can assume to be triple FCs, Yanyan's gonna be the first to break here. So the finger control looks like everyone's adjusting pretty nicely to it. It's just gonna be a matter of who can really hold the fort down with the accuracy, and it looks like so far Georgia gonna be doing a wonderful job of holding the accuracy. Shogeki's gonna find the next combo break though.
Okay.
Spacing on these patterns is non-existent.
Oh,
there goes Karasmik.
Breaking right before the break. It's gonna be 2 FCs to 2, although it's probably gonna go towards the side of Texas, if I imagine.
Yeah, well, the combos are actually about equal now, considering where Yanyan broke very early in the map. Just gonna come down to this section here, the finger control and the tech. There goes Motsin, finds a break on the slider. And as long as the combos hold, but there goes Paragon. So wait a second, it's gonna be
needs to hold through this last section.
Yeah, and it's Yanyan, the early break. Motsin with another one.
Gonna break. Yanyan gonna be breaking, and it's just Exit versus Shogeki. But Shogeki breaks, and that's gonna be Texas's point.
Yeah, everyone on Georgia breaking, but there it is. The Hail Mary coming from XO8. Finally a point on the board for Texas. The fire not dead yet for the defending champions as they finally eke it out with an FC from XO8.
Let's go Texas!
Now I have to be obligatory. Let's go Texas! I have to do that.
We have to. We're literally the Texas commentators. Wow. And Texas will be fighting that one little. Will be finally regaining their balance. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. And maybe get the ball rolling slowly but surely all the way over to tiebreaker. But wait, if you're Georgia, you're looking extremely comfy. You're 5-1 right now, and you've also got that hidden 3, which they're gonna pick. They're gonna pick hidden 3, because why wouldn't they? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm seeing, it's not looking too great.
I mean, yeah,
I don't think it's looking too hot for Texas.
On paper, this definitely does look like a Georgia pick here. Paragon, the undeniable elephant in the room here, just so incredibly consistent on that hidden. This is her bread and butter. And with a map like this, the potential for a solo carry has been is so incredibly present. We've seen it basically throughout almost every run in the minor league and even some runs in the major league. And I think that's what they're banking on here, that consistency from Paragon, that near guaranteed FC to just pull it over. But Texas, I think, has a lot of potential here. There's a reason that this was picked so late for Georgia. I think you have that again, that hidden core in Chevy and in Magi Rhythm, Wonder Acute. And having those extra players on your side might be what makes the difference. I'd assume that it'd be AC and either Shogeki or Yanyan to complete the trio for Georgia here, and it looks like it's gonna be Yanyan. Not sure if AC is gonna be subbing in for Mr. Throne here, but we are gonna be seeing Karasmik. No, it's gonna be Shogeki coming in instead of AC.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and I think again this Georgia duo is still incredibly versatile. Definitely more so than last year. The synergy for Shogeki and Paragon, even with Shogeki being a little more rusted than last year, definitely a lot more overlap. So it's gonna be scary all throughout. We've seen these six fight it out on multiple maps already.
As the players get into the map, potentially the last pick of the map, as it is match point. We're gonna start going into these triples. So far, everybody hitting them. Oh, and Badgie's gonna be breaking, followed by Yan Yan. Still even score right now.
Still gonna be even here. We get these cut triples just going throughout this entire first quarter of the map. There goes Karasmik. That's 2 down for Texas. Will there be a trade from Georgia though? Not at the break. It's just Chevy now holding that F. But the accuracy is going to count a lot here. Yan Yan, the only one fighting Chevy off in the accuracy department. Meanwhile, Texas is generally looking more consistent. But there goes Maggie.
Maggie's gonna be breaking. Ow, that's not looking good. 2 FCs to 1, and that combo from Yan Yan quickly building. It's gonna quickly go over to the side of Georgia.
Gonna quickly go over. Yan Yan breaking's gonna help save it off though. But this halfway mark is gonna be incredibly important. The overlap, the slider snaps. This is going to be what makes or breaks this match right here, ladies and gentlemen. And everyone, no, it's a complete ball apart from the right side. And it's a full reset for Texas. Don't get in. Tarragon still holding. No, it's just Tarragon now.
Just Tarragon.
And I said it at the start of the match. The solo carry potential here is so incredible. It's so incredibly present. We've seen it so many times. And Tarragon refusing to let go of this, refusing to let the loss of last year go unpunished. And it's 1,000 combo, the only FC on the board, and barely 500 combo total on Texas to respond. And it's a complete disaster. Tarragon pulling it apart as everyone else falters, but the lone star today on Hidden 3, Tarragon just punishing Texas completely here. And for the first time in 5USC history, Texas will go out before finals weekend. And Georgia will serve this revenge ice cold 6-1 on an FC from Tarragon. And they will get to move on to the semifinals.
What? Well played to Georgia. Oh my goodness.
What a performance from Tarragon here. The entire Georgia roster just clenching their fists, and they are going to be the ones to face Connecticut in the loser semifinals. Texas bowing out in the top 16 for the first time in their history. What a match we have witnessed, ladies and gentlemen. A tragic loss for this Texas roster, looking so optimistic after last year's victory. But Georgia will get their one this year, and it will be the knockout in the seventh pick. Tarragon, Yan Yan, AC, General H104, Mr. Throne, and Shogeki, congratulations on your top 12 and for continuing your run through the losers bracket. Meanwhile, over for Texas, Matson, Karasmik, Sirius, Chevy, Magi, and EXO. You know, not the year that they were hoping for, but nonetheless, a great effort from them. Thank you to both teams for playing tonight. And with that, I do believe that does completely wrap up our quarterfinals now. In just what, one more match to go for the minor league, I believe.
One. Just... Oh yeah, my match. Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Or sorry, 23 ET. Excuse me. Yep. Texas B versus Kentucky B. Yeah, be there or don't. That's okay. Regardless, yeah, I think that would be it. Thank you for joining me, Hydro, and thank you to Featherblade for the stream. Is that it? That is it, right? There aren't any more tonight?
No, no more tonight. These Texas matches were the last ones of the weekend.
I love our scheduling. Oh boy. Anywho, thank you everybody for coming by, and we all hope you have a very lovely night.
Yeah, thank you and have a great night, everyone.